I am okay to finish my life being single. Being single.
Come on, it's not going to happen.
I would rather die as a single man, having never gotten laid before, than wife up a lady who's absolutely contentious, who makes me want to sit in the corner of my roof, who makes me want to run out into the desert and die there.
Proverbs 21:19.
I would rather be single for the rest of my life, because that sounds so much better.
I think this is becoming more of a man's view in this day and time. My
Agreed.
son is 18, and I was like, you don't want to have a girlfriend? He's like, I don't want to invest time and money and everything in a girl that I don't want to marry that's been with all my friends.
I don't think people realize this is going to become extremely common, where men, like generally speaking, in their nature, don't really need other people with them. I mean, I can go to church. I have my boys at church. Like, that's my community. I don't need to have a wife. I definitely want one, but I don't need it. Whereas women in general, psychologically, sociologically, they need that partner. And when we find women who are single in their 50s and 60s, they are crushed.
It's a tragedy that we've reached a point where a man would literally rather die in the desert than deal with a modern relationship. That Proverbs verse is hitting different these days because the contentious spirit has been rebranded as empowerment. We're watching a whole culture try to shame men into settling for headaches. But you can't shame a man who has found community and purpose elsewhere. The need they thought we had was just a desire they took for granted.
There's not a big pool of good men.
That's a lie. There's not a lot of good men who want y'all. There's a lot of good men out there where the good man at? Like they hiding under a rock or in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at Equinox. They at the bank. They walking right past you and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. They're going to walk right by you. Your pretty face ain't going to go too far because everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we're not looking at you. There's plenty of good men. They just don't want your ass.
Straight up. Stop the cap. Where are the good men is just code for why won't the men I want settle for my bad attitude? A good man is at the bank, he's at the gym, and he's actively avoiding you because he sees the manipulation from a mile away. They want the top tier of men to accept bottom tier effort. If all you've got to offer is a face and a list of demands, don't be surprised when you're invisible to the brothers who actually have something to lose.
And the reason why a lot of men these don't want to get into any form of relationship is not because they're not ready financially or emotionally. It's because they do not see the benefit being in a relationship. A lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. Even without a divorce, they always end up losing. They lose their freedom. They lose their wealth. They even lose the kids.
The part about losing the kids is the real kicker. That's the ultimate weapon used to keep men in line. And brothers have finally realized that even if you play by all the rules, you still end up on the outside looking in. It's deep because men actually want to be fathers and providers, but not at the cost of their entire soul and livelihood. When the game is rigged for you to fail, the only winning move is to walk away from the table.
No, because I don't think men want to take women out on dates anymore. Like, I feel like they don't want to take women out on dates. Their idea of like a date in some way is like saying, hey, like, let's meet at the bar. Let's like meet at the bar and like just have some drinks, you know, just meet me there. Let's like spend some time together. And it's not even a proper date. Like, that's what they will suggest 100%. Or better yet, if you are on Hinge, I'm so sorry, I'm like all out and about. I just got done working out. But anyways, even on Hinge, you will literally see like men like not want to go on dates with you. Like, I have matched with like so many people on Hinge, and the matter of like men, like the amount of men who do not want to pursue anything after like the first two messages is like really crazy. Like, there was no effort from them to like, or even any incentive to take you out on a date. It's just like they just want to match just to match, and they're not really there to be intentional. And mind you, am I being like super dead serious on finding somebody on Hinge? Not really. I'm just there to like kind of see like, hey, what's out there, you know, maybe to go on a date or two just to get to know somebody. Like, that'd be nice. But the problem is nobody is asking me out. Like, nobody's asking anybody out. Like, they're like, we're just one to two little sentences and it stops there. it stops. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what's going on, but I do engage with the conversation and it just dies. It's just like nothing. They don't care enough to like take you out. So honestly, I don't think men want to take out women anymore. I don't know what they expect. Well, it's definitely not dates, not romanticizing, or no romance anymore. It's wild out here.
It's hilarious that meeting at a bar is low effort when it's actually the smartest filter we have. Men are tired of being the unpaid entertainment for women who just want a meal and a story for the group chat. You're mad the conversation dies after 2 messages because he caught the scent of entitlement and bounced. He didn't stop loving romance. He just stopped loving being a bank for a window shopper.
I don't know if any other girls feel like this, but I can't wait until I am in a situation with a guy where I'm not out of sight, out of mind. I feel like every guy that I've dated, talked to, situationship has always been like, can't see her, she's not there. Like out of sight, out of mind. And I don't know if I'm the only person that like deals with this, or maybe I'm just picking terrible guys, but where are all of the good guys that don't do that or pretend like I don't exist when I'm not with you? I would like one of them, please. Thank you. I mean, maybe that's all guys. I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem to be that way, but like, where are we finding the good guys? Where are they? What are they doing? And also, if you are in a relationship or a situation where you're not out of sight, out of mind, what's it like? Drop it in the comments. Let me live through you, because right now, times are fucking tough for your girl. And I'm losing hope.
Let's be real. You're out of sight, out of mind because you're a recreational player in his life. You aren't a wife and you aren't a partner. You're a situationship by choice. You want the deep devotion of a committed man without providing the loyalty or peace that earns that spot in his head. Men have realized that constant attention is a valuable resource, and we aren't handing it out for free to someone who's just seeing what's out there. If you want to stay on a man's mind, you have to be worth the mental space.
Why American men don't want to date American women anymore. A little disclaimer, I do live in the US for the past 7 years. 1. Some American men feel that American women are very entitled. They feel that many American women expect a partner who fit a specific ideal. He has to be smart, attractive, successful, fit. They believe that many American women have unrealistic expectations. They expect their partners to do everything, and they expect their partners to put their needs above their own. 2, because of the rise of radical feminism, there is a loss of femininity among American women, and they even started to adopt some masculine traits. 3, opportunistic behavior. A big percentage of divorces are initiated by women, and usually it's because they prioritize their career and personal growth over their family life. And a lot of men also express some frustration because they feel that there is a lack of commitment and loyalty among American women. And that is why a lot of American men are now dating non-American women, because they believe that non-American women tend to prioritize mutual respect, shared values, and commitment.
The part about the divorce rate is the coldest reality. Men are watching their fathers and uncles lose half their lives to personal growth and finding yourself. Who is going to sign a contract where the other person can walk away with your kids and your wealth just because they're bored? We were taught to be providers, but you can't provide for someone who has no loyalty. It's a sad state of affairs when a man has to leave his own soil just to find a teammate.
Here y'all are at 45, 50, talking about where the good men at. They were back then 20 years ago. You said he was blamed. You said he was boring. You said that you were too lit to be settled down. You were going through your whole phase. Remember that? So yeah, a lot of y'all have already missed that boat, baby girls. or should I say baby grandmas? Because a lot of y'all are way too damn old to be in these type of situations. And then y'all are seeking this advice from women who are still in the streets, who still don't have nothing figured out for her damn self.
You can't jump back in the game at 50 and expect the same starting lineup you ignored at 25. You called those men boring because they had rules and a vision. And now you're crying because there's nobody left to fund the lifestyle you outgrew. We aren't missing. We just graduated from the nonsense. Stay over there with the streets and that bad advice, while we enjoy the quiet life we built without the headache.
Here in the West, I'm in Sweden right now. I don't fucking feel like a woman. Like, I don't know how to explain this feeling to you guys, but I literally don't feel like a woman here. What the fuck is wrong with the men here? Why do they have no desire? Why do they not know how to appreciate a good-looking woman? Where did your manhood go?
Stop the cap. Those men didn't lose their drive. They just lost interest in the headache. She's literally traveling the world and still can't find peace because she needs a man's thirst to validate her womanhood. We're doing just fine without the chase, and that's what's really bothering her. The desire's still there, bruh. It's just not directed at a liability anymore. Men are finally waking up.
Why does it literally feel like a crime to want love in 2026? What happened to the men who yearn you, who prioritize you? The men who can't wake up and open their eyes without thinking about you? The men who can't fall asleep without hearing your voice? This whole nonchalant culture is irritating the life out of me. Like, I'm not out here thirsty to have a partner, right? I've worked on myself enough to feel complete and fulfilled within myself, and I give myself so much love and I care for myself so much that I don't need it, you know? Like, I'm not, oh my God, fiending it, you know? Being a lover girl in 2026, it's like trying to look for a lover boy, like a needle in a haystack. Everybody is out here too busy worried about what the next person said about who they want to be with, how the next person feels about who they want to be with. They're scared of how other people are going to perceive them. Nobody is in love for love anymore. There's always some type of ulterior motive for why somebody wants to date somebody. It's just sickening, genuinely sickening. I understand why women just stay alone now. Like, I genuinely understand why a lot of people stay alone now. And it's like controversial, right? I understand why people guard their heart, why they stay away from others, because they know their worth, they understand their value, you know? So it's like, it's kind of controversial, and it's just like, it's like a game. Like, it literally is a game of chance. But like, who is willing to take that chance? Who really wants to take that chance, you know? And as women, all we can do is just sit and wait, because it is not in our nature to chase and to find that man or that partner. You know, that partner finds us. So, whatever, bye.
Stay right there with that sit and wait mentality. This idea that you can just exist and a man is supposed to yearn for you while you bring nothing but a don't chase attitude is exactly why the market is cooked. Men are nonchalant because we've seen the lover boy get treated like a doormat too many times. If your plan is to sit back and wait for a partner to find you while you offer zero incentive for him to leave his peaceful life, don't be surprised when you're still waiting.
Where have all the good guys gone? Well, they're out there, but the problem is they've all been damaged by toxic women, so they don't want to get in relationships anymore. They're very cautious. And ladies, you got to be patient, because those good guys, they want to know that they can trust you. They're taking their time so they don't get hurt again. So give them time, give them space. Show them that you can be trusted. Don't rush or push them. Let them take their time in a relationship, and you'll find yourself with a good guy.
I appreciate the rare moment of accountability regarding toxic behavior, but notice how she still wants women to manage the situation, to get what they want. Even in her support, the end goal is still her getting a man. She doesn't realize that many of these men have moved past the point of needing a partner at all. A man who has healed and found his purpose doesn't need to be given time. He's already gone.
I really don't appreciate shit. And this is why chivalry is dead. This is why men don't want to do shit for us anymore. Because the minute you start to not appreciate, but expect shit, I'm not doing it for you. And I'm a woman and I feel that way. And I know men that feel that way. I don't have to do anything for you but respect you. I don't have to send you money. I don't have to spend money on you. I don't have to do any of that.
That's so glad this young lady makes this point, because with the epidemic of women panhandling in the dating pool, this is the thing that men have been telling them. Women have been saying, what happened to men? They don't want to do this. They don't want to pay that. They don't want to send flowers. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. It's because once a good deed or a gift is now an expectation, we no longer want to do it as humans. Just like she says in this video. So the reason why men are no longer or backing off or sort of decreasing this type of behavior is because more and more women are saying is expected. You're a man. You're supposed to do that. How many times have you heard that in the last 30 days on social media?
Bruh, she's spot on. Chivalry didn't die. It was murdered by the lack of gratitude. Why would a man go out of his way to be extra when he's being told his effort is just the bare minimum? If being a good man means signing up to be a human ATM for someone who doesn't even respect your presence, then most of us are fine being bad men in peace. We're doing just fine without the baggage of being an unpaid service provider. Listen up, because the script has officially flipped and the mainstream narrative is panicking. We are witnessing a whole generation of men waking up and choosing their peace over a broken social contract. For years, the propaganda told us that a man without a woman was lost or incomplete. But millions of brothers have reviewed the risks and realized the modern deal is a complete setup. When a relationship offers zero loyalty, massive financial liability, and a mountain of entitlement, walking away isn't some organized strike. It's just a basic survival strategy. Now, you see the reaction. Instead of taking accountability, they play the hate card. They try to shame men, calling us intimidated, emotionally stunted, or toxic, simply because we refuse to be human ATMs for women who bring masculine energy and zero peace to the table. But those shaming tactics are completely expired. We aren't hiding. We're out here building our businesses, stacking our resources, and enjoying the quiet of our own homes. To be absolutely clear, this isn't about promoting hate or harming any group. It's strictly about men finally loving themselves enough to walk away from manipulation. The truth they can't accept is that we are doing great without the headache, and our presence is no longer guaranteed. If you see the game for what it is, and you're actively protecting your peace, hit that like button and subscribe to the silent majority. We're keeping it real over here.